Northwest Province held a Provincial Growth Development Strategy review session as part of the immediate effort to drive economic development in the province to a higher level. The consultative engagement, which was led by the MEC for Provincial Treasury Motlalepula Rosho on behalf of Premier Bushy Maape, was held on Friday at Orion Safari Hotel in Rustenburg local municipality. Members of the Executive Council, head of the departments, executive mayors, senior government officials, representatives from private sector, and chairpersons of state-owned entities were among others who attended. Presentations were led by the Northwest Panel of Experts under the leadership of its chairperson, Prof Theo Venter. We spoke to MEC Rosho and Prof Venter to explain the background, purpose, and the future of the strategy, especially when it comes to creating jobs, fighting poverty and inequality in the province.
We have had previously our Provincial Growth and Development Strategy that has been implemented over time, and in the 6th administration we have then agreed that we need to look into the serious review, and the Premier of the Northwest then appointed a panel of experts that would have to look into our outlook on growth and development, and that will inform our growth and development strategy, of course in line with the National Development Plan, and of course also with our plans in the province, and insofar as how we have fared as a province from a growth and development plan point of view. We have had engagements whereby the report has been concluded by the panel of experts, and it is an integrated report, because also you have a panel of experts that were also responding to issues of our SOE's performance. So they have integrated the report, and the report has reflected on various chapters. And among those chapters, they are also looking at driving growth and development from a context of agriculture, which is our comparative advantage, which is tourism, whereby we are looking at the strength that we have from a tourism point of view. Issues of manufacturing have come quite very strong. Mining as well, it's our strength, as we all know that the endowment of minerals in the province, in various minerals, deposits that we have as a province, but also issues of governance have come quite strong as well, especially in local government. They need to strengthen that as well, and around issues of integrated development planning, which actually takes us back to the issues of the district development model.
The PGDS is like a mirror that we're holding up to province, and the question is, do we like what we see? Are we happy with what we see? And there are several things that we're not happy about. There are several things that we're worried about. And I think that was our role, is as external to government, to develop this view, to look into and to see what we can do about it. In the PGDS, we developed a few priority areas. And the first priority that we indicated to province is that unemployment is too high. It's unsustainable. Meaning we have to do something about it. There are several projects that people are working on, but the Northwest Province, I don't think people think about it a lot, but we are a landlocked province. We don't have access to the sea. We sit in the middle of southern Africa. So whatever we do, we must look at the surrounding areas, and what we have picked up is that the population of Northwest has moved from 4.2 million to 3.8 million. That means people are moving somewhere, and that means we're not creating enough jobs. So I think there is a huge priority by government to see what they can do to create the jobs, to make it possible for people to stay in the Northwest Province. And I think that is priority number one. The other priorities are important, like sustainable local governments and bringing more industries and getting agriculture to work and getting the mines to do their work. But job creation is number one.
We also spoke to Desmond Golden, one of the panel of expert members who reacted to the effort by the provincial government to focus on bringing mega projects into the province. He said the 10 proposed mega infrastructure projects worth 72 billion will speed up the process of creating jobs and fighting poverty.
It's a unique initiative by the province. It in fact towers any and every initiative that has been done in the province, in the country, but as well as in the African continent. It's a 72 billion project that, if it is fully implemented, it can be able to completely change the face of this particular province forever. I think it's going to be important that as we develop these smart cities, we are also able to stimulate other industries that are parallel to be able to stimulate growth, like the special economic zone in the Bujanala district. It's important that as a province, the financial sector contributes over 50% of the economic output in the province. The manufacturing sector, less than 20%. So the long and the short of it is that we need to be able to stimulate the industrialization of this particular province. If you look at our unemployment is high, it's actually more than that of national. If you look at our inequality measured by Gini coefficient, it's at 0.62%, which means more people are poor in the province. If you look at those that in fact are unemployed, it's actually high. And also the economy is concentrated in one district, the Bujanala district. We need to diversify, our economy. So the long and the short of it is that infrastructure development will play a key catalytic role in ensuring that the province develop. There is social dividend, that is job creation, economic dividend, attraction of investment, and lastly, empowerment dividend, where we empower women, youth, people with disabilities, but also rural communities.
Agriculture is one of the pillars that the Northwest Province is using to grow its economy. One of the factors affecting production in the sector is veld fire experienced every year in the province. Eric Storch is the chairperson for the Northwest Umbrella Fire Protection Association.
A couple of issues that came to mind, especially after listening to Sona yesterday. The national president did not speak at all about any fires or danger or people who had died or the loss to the economy in the Northwest Province. He mentioned the Western Cape a couple of times. He mentioned Eastern Cape and KZN with other disasters. However, we in the Northwest Province have applied for the last 3 years to have a state of disaster declared for our province. In 2021, we lost about 742,000 hectares. In 2022, we lost about 484,000 hectares, and last year, 2023, we lost 1.35 million hectares to fires. The estimated loss to the economy of the province just for 2023 is 8.7 billion rand. We believe in the program that the province is looking at now through the Office of the Premier. We have to bring in at a very high level the fact that there is no provision made for disaster management, for fire prevention, firefighting or fire mitigation, and even a response after the fires to try and fix infrastructure and to help the communities.